What's up, everyone? Welcome back to some more Oxygen Not Included. This is our Ravaging Hunger run. I'm pretty sure y'all know because that's in the title. Well, actually, it says max difficulty, but it doesn't really matter because we're back and we got quite a few things going on. It's cycle 235, as you can see. I probably don't need to tell you that because I'm sure you all can read. But if you look at our water here, it's getting pretty low. This is the last of our cold water, so this is basically our food supplies water. That's all it's supplying. So we're kind of on a time crunch here to set up some systems to start cooling this down, which, as you can see, it's 67 degrees, 70 in some spots, but it's not too hot right now. It's not like in the 90s, which is what it comes out at, you know, so I'm pretty happy that the whole system here is kind of cooling it down passively a little bit. Not enough, obviously, but forgot to start the timer. There we go. But yeah, it's not cooling it down enough, but it is helping that we're pumping the water through the toilets and sieving out as much heat as we can. We're also starting to set up some plastic production over here. Ooh, look at that decor. That's nice. But basically, this is just going to be a little extra power for us. So we're going to pop a petroleum generator as soon as we get 100 plastic, which is literally whenever they fix this guy. Because I built this and I was like, I'm going to get plastic. And I didn't have any kind of cooling in here. And the game was like, no, you're not. So that's where I am now, but we've slapped some metal tiles in here to get a little bit of cooling from the cold biome, cooled this room down, as well as our 4 Weesports. We might have to add some more. I'm trying to sweep all this junk up because it's just a bunch of hot mass in here and we don't want that. But this whole system right here is actually going to work out perfectly because I have some slicksters down here. So we're going to pump the carbon dioxide down into here. Slicksters are going to generate more oil, and this should last us quite a while because I don't plan on using tons of it, just for a little bit of power production. And right now, I'm actually I'm not going through coal at all. It's just the excess hydrogen from this guy coming off this battery here. Okay, so yeah, once it hits 100%, it'll drop down to 70%, and that'll stop siphoning power off. But, I'm barely using coal. How much do I have? 34? Yeah. That's how much I had at cycle 200. So I'm, using very little coal. But I have set up the fridges over here, so my dupes aren't running through here just to get food. And just to grab food to cook and things. So it's right here. It's readily available, and we've got carbon dioxide. I did run into a little bit of glitch, and I think it's just because I actually don't know why. I've never experienced this before, but I installed a door here when I was filling it up for whatever reason, and it actually locked my duplicates on either side of the door, whichever side they were on. They couldn't pass it. I couldn't move them past it. So that was kind of weird. I've never experienced that before, and I'm kind of afraid to put the door there again because people started starving, and I had to reload the game because, well, people were starving and they wouldn't deconstruct the door. So big problems. But yeah, a little bit of bugs here and there, but nothing too game breaking. And I'm hoping that this new update doesn't completely just ruin this save file. I don't think it will, but sometimes things happen, but that would be devastating. I don't want that to happen. So we are starting to get our barriers up, our heat barriers, and we've got a pretty good size one right now, about half of the base, or what will become the base. All this is going to be base eventually. Let's see what else. Oh yeah, we had the oil fisher over here, which we got set up. And we're just kind of letting the cold biome it's in passively cool it. We've got just granite walls, and it's not really too much of a problem. It's only emitting at 300 grams a second. So that's pretty easy to cool down when you've got this much cooling. And what I'm going to do this Pow. What I'm gonna do is probably stick a couple Wheezeworts around it, maybe, but like probably around the top area here, just to kind of help it, because I don't want this becoming a problem later on. But right now, I'm trying to get the Wheezeworts in here taken care of. So we are going to use 8 Wheezeworts in the thermonullifier room, and this is strictly probably just going to be for a aqua tuner. So before I set up the system for the toilet water coolant, which if you haven't checked that video out, I will put a link up in the corner here and in the description so you can look at that video. But before we set that system up, we're going to set up a proper system that I know can handle all of these bristle blossoms, and it's going to be using oil to cool down the aqua tuner. The reason for that is I just can't get enough cooling out of 4 duplicants to cool this amount of bristle blossoms. So there's no point in setting that system up yet. It will augment the cooling later on, and it'll also kind of, you know, use the toilets for something other than going to the bathroom, which is pretty nice. We have made a few vitamin chews, so our immune systems are pretty solid right now. I don't think anybody's eating them at the moment because we're all, yeah, I've got them checked off for everybody. We're also set up a second stove, so we're starting to make some frost bonarinos. Not eating them yet because they do give +4 morale, so I haven't really pushed anybody past this tier 8 yet. Don't really need it. So I'm kind of waiting until I get everything set up. I want my cooling for my water, and I think that, oh, power. So I want power and then cooling for water, and then I'm pretty balanced out. I'm pretty solid. I don't really have to worry after that. And as you can see, like, we've still got tons of water in here, but all we're really using this for is the electrolyzer. So I can't imagine going through all that with one electrolyzer. But I still got tons of oxygen. The little tile that I put here to cool this down is actually working splendidly. Everything is 20. It's been around 20, 25 for, you know, like, I don't know what, 40 cycles or so. So this is working perfectly. One thing I did do is I added a NOT gate onto my electrolyzer with this Atmos sensor here, because my oxygen was so backed up like this. My electrolyzer was continuing to pump even though this was completely just full of oxygen and it was deleting hydrogen. So I put that on there so we wouldn't be deleting any gases. So whenever this is high pressure, then the electrolyzer will shut off and vice versa. But yeah, everything else is going good. We do need to set up a, what am I trying to say here? A carbon dioxide filter, sort of like a pump down below the fridges, and then we need to pump this full of chlorine. But I'm not really worried about that because my immune systems are fine, like I talked about earlier, and it's nothing that I really need to rush. I actually forgot to build some portraits here. I'm trying to replace all my dirty photos, these ugly, mediocre ones, with professional masterpieces, so I can get that great decor all over the place, just like this. Oh my god, it's so beautiful. Who wouldn't want to work in an environment like this? All these nice Wheezeworts, this beautiful statues, broken machinery. They still haven't fixed this thing. You know what? I'm just going to deconstruct it because they're never going to fix it. It's a priority 9. They haven't fixed it yet. They're never going to. Sometimes you just have to deconstruct something and rebuild it. That's just how the game works sometimes. It's just not worth waiting for the dupes to get off their booties and do it themselves. But this is all that's in this cold biome, aside from a bunch of Wheezeworts. So I'm hoping that I can locate another cold biome with quite a few Wheezeworts, because I've tapped that one out almost. I've tapped this guy out over here. As you can see, no more Wheezeworts. So we gotta have another cold biome somewhere with Wheezeworts. And oh, the water down here. What's going on here? The water down here is just getting pumped up into a sieve and then dropped down into the rest of my pool. Which there shouldn't be tons of water. Okay. There shouldn't be tons of water. It's just from the two things, the polymer press here, and then we'll have the petroleum generator as well. Did I build that out of gold? I did. Okay. So let's priority 9 it. Hopefully we can keep it cool enough with this thermosensor. So, ooh, what temp do we want here? It's currently 34. So if it's below, let's say what, 50? I don't know how hot this thing can get. Because it gets hot before this air gets hot, right? So we don't want it like, oh, holy crap, it's heating up so quick. Okay, it's 100. It overheats at 125. What's this, 40? Okay, let's set this at 40. Holy cow. This will be a lot better when we have the petroleum generator because it'll be dripping polluted water onto it. We can't make this out of gold. Ew. We kind of want to make it out of gold. We kind of want to make it out of gold, to be honest. So we need some gold. Where are you, my gold? All right, let's dig that guy out, and then we'll flop a sandstone on there. There we go. Let's make sure that gets done now because we need the gold now. That's a lot of bomb lilies. It's kind of sad that all this bislight's gonna go to waste. Well, I guess eventually I can use it, right? But I don't know. One thing I was thinking about when I was setting up some of my events earlier is when they get rid of a bislight, right? You can't make things out of a bislight. What are we gonna make our bridges out of? How are we gonna make bridges that insulate? There's no insulated bridge. They have to add insulated bridges into the game, right? There's no. I mean, there's sedimentary rock, I guess, but I don't know. Just something to ponder about. Man, I'm actually a little bit worried about this, to be honest. Because, well, I suppose... Hold on. We should have this now. I should be focusing. There we go. Boom. Wait. Did I do that right? That's fine, whatever. So, we already have this system set up, which is kind of wonky, but it'll be fine. And then we have... Boom. Like that. And then this guy goes there and shuts off at, yep. All right. Okay, so it looks like this isn't overheating, which is great. We could probably go a little bit higher even. Let's try like 45. Yeah, I don't want it to overheat. Oh, let's get quite close. I think that's actually okay. We got up to 115. Alright, that's fine. I would like a liquid reservoir so I could store this petroleum, but for now this is going to be fine. Okay, this thing is actually just not working. Let's just say if you're above 0. How about that? Just always pump. Oh, that's such a small amount. It's just a mixture. There's a mixture of it, so it does these things, and I don't know. Whatever. It's fine. Why are people starving? Oh, you were just down there. Okay. You'll make it in time. Wait, did you just go to the bathroom? You went to the bathroom instead of eating. You've still got 800 calories in you. You'll be okay. So, I don't know if I mentioned, but I did add another stove, and I have these hooked up to the last fridge on an automation signal, so that if we hit, well, on a NOT gate rather, so if we hit max capacity on this last fridge, which is the lowest priority, then we'll stop cooking things because we've got 4 fridges full at that point. Eventually, I will want to expand this into something much larger, because we will like 200,000 calories for a Ravaging Hunger run is not a lot. It will go very quickly, so we want a little more of a buffer in case we sort of run out of cold water or something. So we'll work towards that probably after we get our cooling set up and everything. Make sure to prioritize that so we can actually get it done. Yeah, see, we're running out of power because we gotta have dupes run on wheels and stuff. So this generator is going to be very important. This cold biome is actually going to start cooling down a lot more now that I've opened this up. So the water might actually start getting hotter. And it kind of looks like it is, but I don't know. Kind of. We might need to set up some like Weezeworts up here in these metal tiles to cool the steam down a little bit quicker. But I'm like out of Weezeworts. I have like 0 Weezeworts left, especially after doing this. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Like my last 3 will go in here. Oh man, that's rough. I suppose I could remove some from my base. I probably don't need this many. But look how cool it is. It's so like, it's perfect temperature right now. So I don't really want to mess with that too much. I wonder if we could remove one out of here and then just get rid of this metal tile. And 3 might be perfect amount over here. I don't know. Or we could just look for another cold biome. I'm sure there's one somewhere. Maybe over here somewhere, it looks like, potentially. Just go ahead and dig over this way. Do I want to pop in the slime over here? I suppose it doesn't really matter because it's not going to be getting into my base. And it's going to have to go a very long way through oxygen to get there. So one thing I might want to do though is set up a deodorizer like right here. Just to get rid of some of this polluted oxygen so it can't multiply. Actually, not right there. Right there. Boom. Much better. Can you please build this generator? My dupes are so lazy, man. We've almost got everything sweeped up, though. That's good. So it should be a lot easier to cool down in here now. We might need to add more Weezeworts, which we don't have. I don't know. Cooling is gonna be the issue, man. Cooling is definitely gonna be the issue this run. Maybe I can redesign the spawn and put it over in a cold biome. I mean, I'm gonna be pumping water over here anyway, so like maybe just right down here could be good. And then we wouldn't need as many Weezeworts. We'd still put a couple in there. We'd probably redesign like the whole setup, honestly. I don't think I would use 4 Weezeworts in the next setup I do, because obviously I don't need it. But oh, you know what? We've got this one over here. Do I really need that? Probably not. We're pumping it in cold oxygen over here. So we could probably get rid of this Weezewort. And I'm sure that will be fine. Alright, how's our water looking right now? Still good. I imagine this will probably last around 50 cycles. Maybe like 60. Just a rough estimate. So I should... I mean, I'm on a clock, but I think I'll make it in time. How much do the aqua tuners use? 1.2 kilowatts. So we're going to need at least a couple petroleum generators. Right? So this one plus one more like over here. And that should be enough to handle the situation. What's going on here? Oh, no power consumers. Oh my goodness. Please, build the things I need you to build. There we go. Okay. So we might want to change this I go 5. Let's just see if I can change it to 5, because I don't want this thing pumping very small amounts up. Why isn't this going? Oh, we used all the petroleum. Oh my, okay. There we go. Alright, so everything's set up, so this isn't going to run constantly, but it will run constantly. As long as this plastic thing's running, this thing's going to be running. Oh. God, I wish petroleum could be made without a dupe. I mean, I guess you can heat oil up, right? Does that still... Yeah, it goes to petroleum at 400. So you could potentially heat it up into petroleum and then pump. Well, how would you pump that? I'm sure there's a system out there that does it without a duplicate, but not going to be doing it in this run, that's for sure. Dang, we are starting to melt this place even quicker. It's fine. I'm sure it's fine. We don't need this to cool the water down. We're setting up aqua tuners. It's getting nice and chilly in here, though. I'm surprised. Maybe I should put the priority on this guy higher, because we kind of need that petroleum. Kind of need it. There you go. There you go. Man, it fills that battery up quick. Oh, I guess, was somebody running on the generator as well? Not sure about that. Well, that means that the time is up for this episode. I didn't really make much progress in the episode. I think we got a petroleum generator built, which I guess is progress. I don't know. We'll get there eventually. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that thumbs up. Leave me a comment if you have any ideas or suggestions or any feedback. I do appreciate the watch. Thank you all, and have a wonderful day.